Thank you.
Just for you. Good morning. Today is December 8th. I think I forgot to talk to the camera at all yesterday. I did take various footage, but I forgot to actually say anything. Quinn's over here doing some standing play. He wiped food and snot all over me. I guess I need a new shirt. Yeah, yesterday we had work. He went to daycare, and then after work Steve picked him up, and while I picked up his medicine that he needs to help with his gastro issues, and then we dropped Steve off here because Steve had a stream for the Game Awards that was yesterday to do.
Good musical act. Good musical guest. Sam Lake is having a blast. It's like, let's go.
And then I took Quinn to the mall, and we had a good time there. And after that, after I put Quinn to bed, I edited my video and got that posted. Oh, and I made a podcast So I didn't edit my video. I edited my podcast. So I recorded a podcast and got that edited and scheduled for tomorrow. Ignore Quinn's toy that he's touching. And then after that, Steve and I hung out for a little bit after his stream ended. And then this morning, or today, we have Quinn home, so we still have technically work today, but we trade off and we watch Quinn. So Steve technically got up with Quinn, and then I showered and got ready, and then now Steve's showering. I tried to feed Quinn. I don't know, he's almost 8 months old. I mean, the gastro said like not to worry about it, but it's like he doesn't really have interest in food, and we've been trying to give him food since, like, we let him like mouth food when he was like 4 months old, and he really enjoyed that. He liked mouthing food. Like, we really wanted to do baby-led weaning, which I guess technically we are in a way. But he had issues with swallowing when he was born. He was in the NICU for 5 days. And I kind of feel like that. And he also had a tongue tie. We ended up getting him a tongue tie release when he was 3 months old. And I feel like those issues are carrying over to eating, and so he acts like he's choking on like puffs, which are really soft dissolvable things, and you know, he's not really interested in any foods. I don't know, daycare says that he eats most of, well, sometimes he eats most of what they give him, sometimes he doesn't. But he's not really interested in eating meals like I see other babies are. You know, he's still seems like he would prefer the bottle, cries, screams when he's offered food. He doesn't self-feed. He doesn't have any, he like sometimes brings the spoons to his mouth and stuff, but generally doesn't self-feed, doesn't have, he's much more interested in playing. And like gastro said not to worry about it, but I'm worrying about it. As for standing, he's great. He's been standing since he was like 3 months old. Right now I'm just supporting him while he practices freaking stepping. I just have my hands on his hips to keep him balanced, and he's like, I got this. I'm bouncing, I'm stepping. I'm like, what? Well, he plays with a wipe that I was wiping. The medicine stuff is really sticky, and he spit half of it out, so it got all over his chest. He's usually clothed. Oh, he can't squat down into your table. But today I guess he didn't feel like getting dressed, so he's Mr. Nude. Are you Mr. Nude? Yeah. I think he's tired already. It's only 9:45. I think he's tired already because I want to say he woke up between 7 and 7:30. But we didn't go get him until like 8 because he wasn't fussing or anything. He was just goofing around. Whoa. You on the blanket that I'm crocheting you? Actually, I'm on the blanket that I'm crocheting you. Yeah. Yeah. So anyway, yeah, I'm just gonna hang out with him until it's nap time, put him down for a nap, and then do some work. Do what we do when all else fails. Go for a walk. We used to live on walks, didn't we? Someone is very high needs. Alright, Steve's putting Quinn down. I just took off my sweatshirt. I put on a different shirt. This is not Quinn's spit. This is the design of the shirt. And snot. He's obviously he's getting another cold because that's what happens when you're in daycare. But Steve's putting Quinn down because if I put Quinn down, me setting him down is the ultimate betrayal, the biggest betrayal that anyone could ever do. And he goes down really easy for Steve, so typically. So yeah, Steve's giving him a bottle and putting him to bed. That walk was just what he needed. Yeah, he's an interesting kid. Like, he never ever got used to a stroller, so if you're ever wondering why we wear him all the time, he hates the stroller. We've tried it multiple different, like, arrangements and positions. He never tolerated it when it was bassinet mode. Would scream the whole time. Even when he couldn't hold himself up, we had put it in a more raised position so he could see, which is what he really wanted, was to see things, which apparently was not the sky or trees straight above him. And, you know, people always say, like, you know, give them time to get used to it, you know, it's okay for them to be sad, whatever. I'm telling you, we walked 20 minutes or more multiple times a day until it started getting cold. And he never got used to it. Like, the longest he'll tolerate, and like, he would very rarely, on very rare occasions, tolerate like maybe a half an hour. But that was with like constant like distraction most of the time. Very, very rarely. And he also wouldn't really sleep in the stroller. He slept in it a couple times when he was a newborn, but that was about it. And then nowadays it's like, I mean, he's almost 8 months old. 10 minutes before he starts freaking out. He cries, or I shouldn't say cries. He like screams and fusses a lot. And so I think part of it is that we also are like, wearing him's fine. I hear so much discontent from him that I need peace too. So, I would rather just wear him and then force him to get used to the stroller. He's gotten better about the car seat, but I think a large part of that is because we switched car seats from the, when he was like 4 months old or something, or 5 months old, we switched from the like baby car seat to one of those, like one car seat for life things where it's much more, straight, you know, sit up. So I guess when he was able to hold himself up is when we switched, and he likes that a lot more. And now that he can actually recognize us in the mirror, then that helps, because it does not help to sit back there with him. The only reason one of us ever sits back there with him is to keep him awake, because we don't want him to like ruin his naps or his bedtime. But anyway, our solution, when all else fails, he seems to hate the house. Like, he really does not like being in this house. Hates his toys, hates being in the house. Different rooms don't seem to help. It's, like Steve said, it's very inconvenient. But yeah, the second night we put him on, take him outside, wear him. The wearing him is key, is good. Like, I can't wait till he can crawl, and then it'll probably be snowy, and we can actually like have him explore snow and stuff. But today's like 43 degrees Fahrenheit. I would guess that's what, like upper single digits or something Celsius. So he didn't even really need his bear suit, but it was a little windy, so it's nice. He runs hot also, by the way. If you're ever worried, like, why is he not dressed for the weather? It's like, one, we're not outside for more than like 30 seconds at a time. Like, let's say between the car and daycare, or between the car and the mall. But he also runs hot. Like, he freaks out if he is like too warm. So just know he's totally fine. He enjoys it. He actually also likes like a blast of cold air. He likes that in the mornings. But yeah, I came to work, but my computer decided to update, so I'm chatting with you. Yeah, what's today gonna look like? I'm not sure. but I need to open my Advents and get some work done, eat my breakfast that's now for sure cold. I had to reheat my coffee already. This is a Hammerly Ceramics. I love Hammerly Ceramics. Yeah, I guess we'll check in a little bit later, see what's going on. Looks like my computer's almost finished updating, so I can actually see what's needed from work. Oh no, I just realized. Having a rough day. I actually don't really get these all that often anymore. But my emotions, my feels, sad today. It's funny because, like, when I watch, like, other people's, especially, like, YouTubers, like, people who just post their lives on YouTube, when they talk about how they feel bad posting, like, negative content, aka, like, if they're not having a good time or if they're crying or whatever, I'm always like, why would... I don't think that's negative. Like, their lives are on YouTube. Sometimes you're gonna have a hard time. And then when I realize now I'm having like a rough time, it's like, I don't want to tell people about it. I just want to pretend that I'm not. But anyway, I just found that interesting, being in that position, since typically I just post podcasts and I can post them whenever I feel like it, you know? So just thought I'd put that out there. My depression nap, buddy. So I didn't actually take a depression nap. I laid down for like 20 minutes or a half hour to like snuggly with Graham. I always feel good snuggling with my cat. And then Steve woke Quinn up from his nap and told me to go run, do a little Target run. But we need to get a few necessities and then get us a lunch. So that's what I'm doing. Alright, so we went to the mall just for a little bit. Like, we left really late. But we got to walk around and use up the rest of Quinn's wake window. Got home, Steve put Quinn to bed, and I picked us up a little pizza. We're going to eat that while we watch the last episode of Brooklyn Nine-Nine, and then work on Alan Wake and knitting. It's gonna be a good night. Happy Friday. Happy Friday.